Good afternoon, Mountain View families, students, and community, and thank you for taking the time to learn more about an important court case. This impacts our whole school and how we approach teaching about religion. Today, I'd like to discuss the 2025 court case called Hilsenrath versus School District of the Chathams, and explain how the district applies to our school and district. This case involved a 7th grade world cultures and geography class that included lessons about major world religions, some such as Islam and Christianity. What happened was a parent argued that some of the instructional materials endorsed Islam and violated the First Amendment's Establishment Clause. However, the court ruled in favor of the school district, finding that the lessons were presented for educational purposes. The instruction focused on geography, history, culture, and comparative religion, rather than encouraging students to practice in any religious beliefs. The court also found that students were never coerced into participating in any religious activity. This decision reminds us that public schools have an important responsibility, and that is to teach students about the diverse world in which they live in, while remaining neutral towards religion. This builds a student's character. As educators, we are responsible for helping students understand different cultures and perspectives without promoting or discouraging any particular faith. Here in Tucson Unified School District, this decision aligns with our Tucson Unified School District Governing Board policy in 2011. This states that employees must avoid using their positions for personal, political, social, religious, or economic influence. To ensure that we continue meeting this responsibility, our school would implement 3 important action steps. Our first action step would be our administrative team regularly meeting and reviewing curriculum and instructional materials that include religion to ensure that they are presented objectively from an academic perspective and align with the Arizona state standards. Second, we would provide ongoing professional development for teachers and staff members regarding the Establishment Clause and the constitutional difference between teaching about religion and promoting religion. This training would equip educators with the knowledge and confidence to facilitate those meaningful discussions while also protecting the constitutional rights of every single student. Our third action step would be for teachers to clearly document the academic purpose of their lessons that are involving religion by identifying the state standards, learning objectives, and instructional rationale. This documentation promotes transparency, supports the instructional consistency, and helps administrators to respond effectively to any questions from families or community members. These action steps together directly promote the values of democracy, individual freedom, and most importantly, responsibility. When students learn about different religions and cultures through an objective academic lens, they develop empathy, critical thinking skills, and respect for those people whose beliefs may differ from their own. At the same time, every student's constitutional right to believe, not believe, or practice a religion freely is protected. Finally, these action steps support a quality character education program. Character education is much more than teaching students to be kind. It helps students to develop respect, responsibility, civic responsibility, cultural awareness, empathy, integrity, and just being a good citizen. According to the National Policy Board for Educational Administration in 2015, effective leaders promote the preparation of students to live productively in and contribute to the diverse cultural context of a global society. That is our goal here at Mountain View. Students would be encouraged to examine multiple perspectives, engage in respectful dialogue, and practice civil discussion about controversial topics. In closing, Hilsenrath versus School District of the Chathams reinforces that public schools can and should teach about religion when it is done objectively, academically, and without promoting any particular belief system. According to Wright in 2022, when it came to the aims of religious education, 70% of parents saw it as important to understand the beliefs of others and provide children with the opportunities to learn about other worldviews. By following Establishment Clause, district policy, and ethical leadership practices, we can create a culture that promotes respect, character, and academic excellence. Thank you all for your time and for your continued partnership in supporting a respectful, inclusive, and successful educational environment. See you later, Mountain View.